Hey, Jess and James here. Today we are going to install our kitchen countertop breakfast bar.
We're going to go through, we're going to install an outlet, we're going to install some protective wire coverings, some drywall. That's about it.
Alright. Is it good height?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have pre-drilled some holes. We're going to put some glue down and put the countertop in place.
We have some 1/2-inch drywall on each side, one to protect the sides when we install it, but not only that, we had a very weird closet on this side that we weren't able to keep the brick, so we're going to have to drywall this side anyways. We haven't quite decided what we're doing over there yet, so we're at least going to have the 1/2-inch drywall. And we're going to glue it down now.
That's fun.
It's just a glue gun.
So we're going to kind of come in and up. Are we good?
Yep, I'm in.
My drywall's a little bit in the way.
Yeah, wait, you gotta come back out.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Alright. We're going to make sure too.
We have a 1/2-inch spacer back here. That. Now we do the drywall.
And now we're going to cut the drywall to size to fit the breakfast bar. A little bit organized there. 39 1/4 on both ends. Okay. Mark the chalk line.
Not really, just.
We're going to add some brackets for support. Screws. So we've got our lightweight spackle here. We just added a tad bit of water. We're just going to do the center area right now because we're going to end up drywalling all the way around the brick, but we've got to tear down the ceiling, the drop ceiling first before we do that. So just in order to get the breakfast bar ready, just going to spackle the center. I got here. Just, yes, you can cut that out. This one I'm going to
move the bucket. Alright guys, now we're going to work on the electric. We're going to add a dual gang box here. And because it is a breakfast bar, we figured that, you know, there'll be a lot of kids, a lot of people here using their phones, tablets, whatnot. So we decided we're going to add a USB power strip along with the GFI because we are going to be 3 foot within a water source. Anytime you're working with electric, you want to make sure the power is turned off at the breaker for the area you're working in. But remember, with older homes, you can have some weird wiring going around. So you could turn off one breaker and it could still be connected to another room. So what you always want to do is verify you have no power there with something like a multimeter. Another tip is to wear some gloves like these Maxi Flex gloves. They're very thin. They've still got a lot of grip, but if you bump into a live wire, it's usually not going to get shocked. So these are really great things. I'll link a description below. So let's start cutting. And always make sure you level your gang box. It's nothing worse than coming back later on and seeing a nice little angle on it. And this is one of these nice boxes that you can add in after they just pinches onto the drywall. Nice and easy. I installed this wire so I know that it's in the basement hanging connected to absolutely nothing, so that's why I'm not afraid of it. Now when you're hooking up a GFI, you want to make sure that the hot lead coming in, the feed lead is going to the top. It's going to be the one that usually does not have the little tape on it. This is what's telling you this goes on to the next outlet, so that way it will protect the next outlet as well. So we want to connect to the hot end, and always know the brass side is your hot wire. That's what you're going to connect your black to. The silver side is going to be connected to your white wire, and then the exposed copper wire is your ground, and we're going to put that on the ground. You're going to leave yourself a little extra. Now for the ground, since we're going to connect to 2 different outlets, we're going to take 2 wires, twist them together, and add a wire tie or wire nut. And now we can ground both leads. I like to go squeeze the wire right around. That way there's no chance of it popping off. When you are installing the cable on, you want to make sure the hook goes to the right, so that way when you twist it, tighten it up, it doesn't squeeze it back out.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it: righty tighty, lefty loosey. So it goes with the screw direction, and kind of helps for different directions, different strokes for different folks.
Again, black to brass, white to silver. So now with the extra wire that we cut off from earlier, we're going to jumper that to the next plug. So now that we know we're powered up and wired up correctly for just the power of this, now we're going to jump off of this onto the USB outlet. And that's all this cover does, is just tell you that you don't want to hook the hot to this, because if you hook the hot to this side, to the bottom side, it'll power the entire circuit, and even if you did get water on it, it wouldn't trigger it. It won't trip. Also, pinching it makes it easier because it'll hold it in place. This one's a little different. You can actually push them into the hole, then tighten them up. You don't have to bend them around. A little easier. So you want to push that screw in, so that way you can push the wire in, and then you make sure it'll tighten just like a nut and a bolt. If you don't, it'll just tighten and then the wire will fall right out. Give them a good sturdy tug. And now we're good.
So thanks for watching our video and joining us on our journey. We definitely appreciate it.
We will list all the items we've used in the description below. And if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell for the notifications. If you have any suggestions or comments on what we can be doing better, we know we've just started, so any help would be appreciative. Please, again, leave a comment below. Thank you.
Thank you.